Another area of lack that I've seen cause leadership failures is a lack in finances. You know, a number of years ago, I was going through a transition in my career and I was in a big financial lack. I had some bad business decisions that didn't quite go well, and they affected me negatively, and it put me in a place of financial lack. And so for about a year or so, I was living in a place where the finances were week to week. Don't know where the next paycheck is coming from. That sort of situation, and I found that it was affecting my ability to lead people because I was so focused on this lack of finances. And I started making decisions that weren't the best decisions for other people. So for example, I had someone approach me that wanted to be coached by me. I knew I had the skills, I had the content, I have the ability to be able to create with this particular client what they wanted to achieve with their outcome. But when I first took them on, there was something inside. I got that check inside of me that was like, this is probably not the right fit. This person is not the right client for you. But because I had a lack in finances, I made the decision on taking them on because I needed the money. They paid very well. It was great money, and it was money was good. Until months later, towards the end, I'd been battling with this client, and this is another challenge. That I was trying to lead this client in a way that was going to help them get the outcome that they wanted. But every week it was an excuse. Every week they came to a session with nothing done. Every session they'd turn up late. And I'm talking half hour, 2 hours late to a session that I'd just be sitting around waiting for. And because I had a lack in finances, I was so focused on this person is just a paycheck for me that I was not leading that person effectively. That person I was not able to help them overcome their challenge. They were having their challenge. Obviously, if someone is behaving like that, they're facing challenges in their own life. But I was afraid of addressing those things because I had a lack in finances, and I knew that this was affecting my finances. So I needed the money, so I just put up with it. The old saying, if you deserve what you tolerate. It's one of the biggest things that I talk with leaders, and they complain about clients or people that they're leading, their team or the people in their organization, or their things in their organization not going the right way. And I look back and you can see clearly you've accepted this. You've tolerated this up until now, so you deserve it, right? And so you can either choose to keep tolerating it and just put up with it, or you can stop tolerating it because you deserve what you tolerate. And so in these sessions with this client, I realized I was letting them get away with too much. I was not leading them because I had a lack in finances, and I was allowing that lack in finances to guide my decisions. Until in the end, I ended up firing the client. I told them, I'm not working with you anymore. You're wasting my time. I actually said to them, you're actually wasting your money. You're turning up to our sessions with nothing done. You're wasting our time in our sessions and interrupting our sessions with phone calls and things like that you're not getting the value, so I'm going to stop it. Unfortunately, this person then went around and started bad-mouthing me to everyone because of all these things that I had supposedly done, and it just turned into this really bad situation. And I take complete ownership over it because as a leader, I should have known that I shouldn't have made the decision on the money, but on the person. That I should have helped them through the situation, led them more effectively through that situation, or identified that they were not the right person for my organization. And because I made that decision on finances, because I had that lack and I was trying to find someone else to fill that void, that it affected me, my business, my emotion, my relationships, and possibly cost me a lot more money because of the bad mouthing, because of the potential clients that I could have gained out of it. And so maybe there's some situations in your organization where you're lacking finances, where you're making bad decisions as a leader because of that lack in finances. And I know it's not like just click your fingers and improve the financial situation. It's not about that. But if you are having a lack in finances, I will almost guarantee that it's affecting your leadership. It was for me. A lack in finances cause a failure in leadership. So if you're wanting to lead effectively, focus on where that area of lack is, which is the finances, and see what you can do to improve those finances. Because when you can improve those finances, get out of a place of lack with finances, but in a place of abundance with finances, then you can make better decisions. You have to make rush decisions. You have to make half-baked idea decisions. You don't end up wasting money on things. You don't waste people. You don't affect your client, your team. I've seen in organizations I've worked in that people themselves, when there's a lack of finances, it affects the whole team. It affects everyone in the organization because there's this pressure from the top of like, oh, we don't have enough money, we don't have enough money, we don't have enough money. But that's not our team's responsibility. If our organization isn't earning enough money, if there's a lack in finances, that's our fault as a leader. It's not the responsibility of our team. They should not be feeling that pressure. Now, they should be performing, yes, and we should be setting the KPIs for them to perform, but they shouldn't feel the pressure from us as a leader that we're in lack in an organization about the finances. It's not their responsibility. It comes on our own responsibility. You know, like for example, I grew up not very affluent. My parents, hard-working parents, but we always were just getting by. And I remember this moment where and it's only now that I look back on that I realize this moment that my mum went to her purse to get out the last few coins, literally the last few coins, to buy just enough milk so I could have my muesli in the morning. She didn't eat that day. And because I use a lot of milk on my cereal and I have a big bowl of cereal, and my mum knew that it was important for me. And looking back on it, I realized that my parents were always in that place of lack. And yes, there was pressure, and you could feel the pressure in the household, but they never put the pressure on me that we were in lack of finances. And did I get everything that I wanted? No, but I didn't need anything. Like I didn't need to be spoiled. My parents spoiled me with other things, and so I really appreciate that. Although I realized and I knew that we were in a bad financial position, I never took on that pressure. They never put that pressure on me because they were in lack of finances. And we should be the same way with the people we're leading. If we're lacking in finances, they shouldn't feel the brunt of it. Yes, they should be performing, they should reach their KPIs, and yes, they should deliver, but it's not on them that we're in lack of finances. So if you're wanting to improve your leadership and avoid failure as a leadership, if you've got a lack in finances, double down on that area. See what you can do. Cut expenses. See what you can do to like do extra marketing, get out there, just hit the pavement, pick up the phones, like whatever it may be. Do a personal budget, like whatever needs to happen for you as a leader to fix that area of lack in finances, so that then you're not taking that lack, that void, and trying to make other people fill it, subconsciously or consciously. Because one of the biggest causes of lack that causes failure as a leader is lack of finances.